Hi guys, my name is Christine, and today I'm talking about the number one secret that women hide from men. This secret is a secret that can be used in terms of when you're in a relationship with a woman, the secret she's hiding from you, and even when you are just simply dating a woman. So I believe the number one secret that women actually hide from men is they really wish and are hoping, and probably will never say this to your face, which is why it's a secret, is for you to instinctively know the things that will keep her attracted to you long term. Because in reality, a lot of women don't want to tell you what to do. They want you to instinctively know, which is why it's kind of a bit of a secret and a bit of an enigma, because it's something that women don't want to express. They want to keep it to themselves because they don't feel like they should have to teach you these things. But sometimes I think where a lot of women could go wrong is, sometimes some guys just simply don't know what to do. Some guys simply don't know how to keep her attracted in a relationship. Sometimes guys need to be reminded of certain things. So women could do a lot better by being a little bit more open and honest about this secret, and to actually express it and say, look, you know what? I would really feel more desire for you. Let's say this is a relationship. I would feel more desire for you if, you just took me out once a week, or every so often, and have it as a surprise. Maybe it's not even once a week. Maybe it's like once a month. Just do something that surprises me, or something mysterious. It could be even something as little as, leaving a note for her as a surprise, something like that. So little things like that are things that make a woman more attracted to you a little bit, right? But there's also some other things as well. So in dating, for example, the secret that women keep from men is that she wants you to know, right, how to attract her. Right, so this is why a lot of women hide from guys, or friend zone them, or ghost them, because they've done these unattractive things. And instead of saying hey, you know what, I would probably be more interested in dating you if you did this or if you did that. So one of the things, for example, is women would really love it if when guys are asking them out, for the guy to arrange the date, to plan the date, to be the leader, right, rather than making her the leader. So, for example, this would manifest in a way such as the guy coming up with the time that they're going out on a date and the place, right? So if you ask a woman out and you say something like, hey, you know what, I'd really love to date you. I think you're really nice. When are you free to hang out? And let's say she says something like, oh, I'm free Sunday. And the guy is also free Sunday. He will say something like, oh, great. How about we meet at this place at this time? So let's meet at Joe's restaurant at 7:30 on Sunday. That's what women would love you to do when you're dating them, when you're in those first initial stages of dating them. And in a way, it also manifests itself when you're in a relationship kind of the same way. So if you are planning a date night with your wife or your girlfriend, make the plans. Right? Instead of being like, hey, what do you want to do on the weekend, wife, or girlfriend, or whatever. Instead of being like, hey, what do you want to do? How about just suggest something rather than putting the decisions all in her lap? Because what a woman really wants in a relationship, and when she's dating someone, when she's dating a guy, she wants a leader. She wants someone who is going to take care of things so she can just sit back and enjoy being around you, and just to enjoy the experience, because women love to have experiences, right? Because that's what really gears them up emotionally. What may gear you up emotionally about a woman is daydreaming about her, like daydreaming about her body, daydreaming about all the things that you're going to do together. But what really engages a woman's emotions is when you're physically out with her on a date, experiencing life together and doing things together. And it's the same when you're in a committed relationship too. You've got to do things together. Now, this doesn't mean that you have to be a millionaire, right? You don't have to do expensive things. Like one of the things that me and my wife do together, just to, have bonding time, to keep our romance alive, is we just like going on for long walks in the countryside, just out and having chats. That's one of the things that we like to do. Like to go to different parks and different places that you can go to walk. And that's one of the things that we really love to do as a couple. And it's not an expensive thing to do. Yeah, sure, we may get a coffee or something like that, or a piece of cake from somewhere, or we may have a bit of lunch, but most of the time we don't even do that. Most of the time we just go out for a walk, and it's not expensive because we enjoy, because we like to do things like that, and we enjoy each other's company, and we don't necessarily need to always be going to the movies or going to an expensive meal, right? So you don't need to actually do things that are expensive. You don't even need to do that with women who you meet with in the beginning anyway, because what you could just do, you know, when you first date a woman, you could go out for a drink. You don't necessarily have to go out to dinner and, you know, splash the cash, unless you do bump into a woman that is quite materialistic and is expecting you to buy her dinner. Now, of course, if that's the case and she's materialistic and she wants to get things out of you, then maybe that's not quite the woman that you want to be hanging out with, because obviously now she, instead of being interested in you, she's more interested in what you can give her, which is not a great way to go. You want to find a woman who actually wants to hang out with you and doesn't mind, hey, how about we go and take a walk somewhere and spend time together on the beach or in the park, instead of doing something expensive, right? And a woman that really likes you won't mind doing that kind of stuff because she's interested in you and she wants to know about you. And that's one of the great things that you can do on a date as well. Just meet somewhere where there's not actually that much noise going on. So a couple of the worst places you could take a woman on a first date is the cinema, because you can't talk. A loud club, nightclub kind of place, too loud. A gig, that's probably like really bad as well. The only time you're going to be able to chat is when you're, you know, outside the venue, or just leaving the venue or picking her up and things like that. That's the only time you have to talk. So it's really good to go to places where you can actually chat and have that, you know, experience. And, you know, you can do some fun things. You can just sit around and people watch and have a laugh, you know. It's maybe at some other people's expense, although they don't really need to overhear you making a few jokes about people. You know, it's just something like light-hearted like that, and that make her laugh and enjoy the experience, and she will feel more attracted to you because she's had that time to bond with you and to have that experience with you. And what's really cool about dating is that you can go to multiple places on a date. You don't necessarily have to just go to one place. So if you go out on a date with a woman, let's say you meet up for a drink first, you know, and you really like, you know, company, and it seems like you two are really getting on, you can then extend the date to go other places. Like, hey, how about we go for a walk? How about we go and just have a look around the shops together? Not necessarily mean because you're going to buy her something, but because it's just something to do, and, you know, to do a bit of window shopping and to, like, look at different things. You know, one of the great cool things that I did with my wife as well, I think we went a couple of times into, like, things like fragrance shops and, like, smelling candles and things like that. Just, you know, something to do. So you don't necessarily have to buy anything, and you don't have to splash the cash. And it's the same with, you know, your wife or girlfriend. You don't necessarily have to splash the cash. It's just the fact that you've made time and you've planned something. Like, hey, how about, I thought maybe we could go to this this park on Saturday, or we go to this beach on Saturday. I thought it might be a good idea if we go and look around the shops on Saturday, you know, just to have a little look around and just see what's going on. And, you know, you don't have to make expensive dates, essentially. And these are the things that women really love. They love to be able to chat to you, to talk to you, and it will engage her emotions, which ultimately is going to make her more attracted to you. So, being the leader in the relationship and in the dynamic when you two first meet is what's really important. That's what's going to make her attracted to you, because, you know, a woman typically wants to be with a man who's masculine and has masculine ways. And you can display that by doing leadership things like choosing where to go, deciding on things, and not putting everything in her lap all the time on what should be happening and what you guys should be doing. And obviously, you know, there's other things as well that can make a woman more attracted to you. So let's say you're already in a relationship. One of the things that may put her off you is if she's having to treat you like her son and you're not taking care of things. So, for example, let's say you leave your dirty clothes all over the floor waiting for her to pick them up. You know, the bare minimum that you can do is put them in the washing basket, you know, things like that. But these are the things that are going to make her feel unattracted to you, rather. Because if she's having to treat you like a little boy or like her son, obviously she's not going to want to sleep with you. She's not going to want to be romantic with you if you are acting like a boy and not a man, right? If you're acting like a child or her child, she's not going to want to sleep with you, right? So it's really important that you can at least do some basic things to take care of yourself. I'm not saying, you know, because obviously most of the time in a heterosexual relationship with a man and a woman, usually the woman takes care of most of the household duties. But it's at least important that you know how to do these things so you can pick up some slack if she's sick or if she's heavily pregnant or something like that. Or just when things are that you can tell things are just mounting on top of her, like there's too much washing to do, there's too much cleaning to do, because perhaps she works as well, so she doesn't really have all the time in the world to be able to do these things. Picking up after yourself and cleaning up after yourself should be a basic thing that you should know how to do. Of course, some women are happy to do these things for you, but you should at least know how to do these things for yourself in order to keep her attracted to you. So if you notice one day that, say, she's had a really busy time at work, she's having to do some overtime, and you notice the house is a little bit in a wreck, then one of the things that you can do to keep your woman attracted to you and to feel like and to feel more attracted to you is to actually do a couple of the household things. Just to, not everything, but just, to take a little bit of load off of her. And she'll love you for that. She really, really will. And again, like doing the leadership things, right? It's really important that you are her leader, okay? By deciding on dates and things to do together. Even something simple like, if you guys need a new television set, just offer a suggestion. Say like, hey, like I saw this one in the catalogue, how about we get this one? Or let's get this one, right? So she doesn't have to make those decisions, right? So the main thing that a woman will hide from a man is that she will instinctively want you to know how to do these things that keep her attracted to you. Okay, so thank you so much for watching. If you'd like to get in touch with me personally and you'd like coaching with me, then please go to www.christineloveridge.com, and I shall talk to you again very soon. Goodbye.